Now we quickly now going to bank recapitalization, which our panelists are going to speak on at some point. We all see the objective of the bank capitalization, as the central bank governor has spelled out, said, is to engender the emergence of a stronger, healthier, more resilient banks to support the achievement of the 1 trillion economy. So you can see that is why they want to raise this money. That's what they claim. But if you now look carefully and see why now, it sort of gives you the real reason. You see, they said is to further strengthen Nigerian banks against external and domestic shocks, as well as enhance the stability of the financial system. That sort of makes you understand that some banks are not really strong like that. You know, they're not really strong. So the CBN really needs banks to recapitalize so that when they release the forbearance, they can absorb a lot of the losses that are coming. That is what a lot of us think is also the major driver for all of this. And that is why there is no retained earnings in the calculation or the composition of what the central bank calls the share capital. And a lot of banks don't like it. I'm sure the panelists will delve into that at some point. So in terms of how much banks need to raise, I think a lot of you have seen this table before. This is just a larger table. We included a lot of banks here, so you can all have an idea of how much minimum 4.3 trillion is going to be raised. This is essentially going to change the Nigerian economy over the next 1 year or two with a lot of activities. Trust me, if Nigeria can raise this amount of money, you can't imagine the economic activity this is going to create. Whether you like it or not, there's going to be business for a lot of people. So this is one to look out for. So what are we going to expect? What to expect is Nigeria going to be able to address the root cause of our challenges, the three buckets I mentioned? That's what we need to know. Is inflation going to drop to 25% by the end of the year? I don't know. I guess the panelists would also discuss it at some point. What about money supply? Is it going to keep growing because it's gradually hitting 100 trillion? Are we going to see that 25% of GDP, which is typically the acceptable number? No. Of course, what growth areas is the government looking at? Is it going to be health? Is it going to be sports and entertainment? Of course, what sort of progress are we seeing on the technological front? You're seeing the Minister of Tech, making a lot of noise and doing a lot of work in terms of trying to push the tech narrative in the country. Let's see how that pans out. And of course, how would access to the capital markets be simplified? We do believe in nairametrics that no matter what the government is doing, the capital market needs to be the agent of economic growth. If a lot of all this money is not going into or passing through the capital market, we're not going to reap from the benefits of it. So we strongly think that the federal government should make sure that all the companies and all the organizations that are going to be integral to its economic growth plan should have some form of listing in the capital market. So Rotus, that is my presentation, and I hope that this will set the tone for the discussion that is about to start. Thank you all very much.